I know people may think that this is crazy, but trusting the will of God, trusting the process that He will deliver at the right time was the best decision which I took in my life. I remember when I was young, I was a person who loved to lead. Even now I'm currently in a leadership role, and I always love to lead and mentor people. And I trusted His process, whereby when I was back in primary school, they were used to elect things which we call an RCL, whereby you're responsible for certain duties, like during break and during classes when the teacher is not around. You are responsible for your class, you're responsible for certain areas during the school where children were not allowed to go. I wanted that leadership role so much, but unfortunately I spent the whole year not getting it. When it was time for voting, people voted for people which they loved and people who were popular. And at that time, I was not popular, because most of the time people were popular, it was because of their good grades, it was because of they are naughty and they speak too much. Some certain thing that could have made you to become elected. And I was not elected. Then moved on along to high school. I made peace with it, but even if it was very much painful, I entered high school. And when I entered high school, the funny thing is I spent another 4 years trying my best, and still it was a fail. But on my last year, just about to leave, I got that leadership role. After approximately 6 years waiting, instead of getting it at that particular time, I got it after a full 6 years. I got it, and when I got it, it was not an RCL, but I ended up being the head boy of the whole school. So I trusted God's process, that when God holds you from something that you want, He has a bigger plan. You might be wanting some big things in life, but He has some greater things. And when I entered this leadership role, I already knew what I'm going to do and how I was going to do it. I was very much informed of somebody who had a year plan. Who has a year plan? He suggested your headmaster, like, here's my year plan, as I am new in this leadership role. I was like the president of South Africa or something, and I learned to trust that, when you wait upon something, it does not mean that you need to give up on it. You need to work. For example, if you want to start a business, for example, if you want to be in that promotional level and be a manager of a company, you need to start thinking of, how can I make this company better? How can I make this leadership role which I am better and improve, so that by the time you get it, you are able to move. Sometimes you want some things, you want money, but you don't know what you want to do with money. You want your startup capital, but you don't know, after getting the capital, how I'm going to start off my business. It can be anything. So God's plan is always right. Trust His process. And I waited 6 years, and from now on, I've been climbing the ladder in my own personal things. I've been climbing the ladder. I've been reaching huge obstacles, but because I'm motivated, and those 6 years of waiting has prepared my mind as a leader to become somebody who is bigger, somebody who is better, somebody who's able to maneuver, somebody who's able to read other people's leaders. The one thing which I've learned in my leadership role as I studied in leadership is that before you become a leader, you need to understand leaders which you are leading, because you are leading leaders at the end of the day. Because I always have a motto which says that at the end of the day, you are leading so that you can lead, so that other people may lead. So you're able to groom up people who are going to take up your position, because you're not going to be a leader forever. But the best thing that you can do is that if you start with this momentum, ensure that the leader that comes will lead it to a better momentum, and so forth and so forth. So in whatever you do, trust the God which you serve. He will bless you at the right time. And when He blesses you, all your haters, all people tell you that now we're enough, you won't make it. Only J, you'll reach your goals. Cheers.